Hey everyone, this is Nikachu, Merfolk Master, and I'm here with my brother as we play Merfolk in Modern. Happy New Year's Eve. We're about to finish strong with Merfolk in 2018 going into 2019. You want to support Merfolk going into 2019, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Before we get into our deck tech, we're going to thank our sponsor, themanabase.com. And if you want to check out the Merfolk Melee competitive commander, 4 players with 4 Merfolk commanders, go check out the Spike Feeders only on themanabase.com. Your home base for everything Magic the Gathering. And I've got new patrons supporting me on Patreon. Thank you so much for your support supporting the channel. So I would like to thank Christopher Seeley and Scott Richards. Thank you so much for supporting my channel on Patreon. So, we have one last thing. The Mutavault giveaway. The winner of this Grand Prix promo foil Mutavault is... ta-da! Congratulations, you have won a Grand Prix foil Mutavault. If you want to be... you won it. Please contact me on Twitter or Facebook. I'll get in contact with you eventually. Congratulations. But don't worry, we're going to keep on going with the giveaways. We've got Mistcaller. We've got a just normal Mistcaller signed by me. If you want to be eligible for this giveaway this week, go check out the description below. So this week, I'm just playing the same thing as I do every week since Grand Prix Portland because I want to keep doing the same. I mean, I will do the same thing until I'm forced to change, as it usually is. I am getting a little bit suspicious of Peak because... control decks are starting to wane. The articles now are writing about how control decks are having trouble. And, first off, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of control decks. I'm, getting really suspicious of a lot of cards in my sideboard, like the Vencers. Tectonic Edges are fine because it's still good against Tron. That's really popular anyway. But Peak... I was thinking maybe Peak can be an extra Mistcaller, an extra Spell Pierce, or maybe it's just 2 more Spell Pierces anyway. But that's the only, big changes that I'm interested in. And, I'm always suspicious about Surgical Extraction, because it's just for a very narrow number of decks.
No.
Sure, yeah, some people like to bring it in against all decks, but aside from that, I still like the list, like Harbinger, like Merfolk Trickster, still love all the Phantasmal images. So the question is, do I want to replace Peak with more Spell Pierces, which can be good against KCI, which can be good against... yeah, basically KCI. Give me more help against KCI. I mean, and even if I somehow face control, it's still good there too. And Mistcaller could maybe become Curse Catcher. That's another question, because Curse Catcher is a little bit better against. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a little bit better against the Phoenix decks. Mistcaller is still fine. But it's like a Gotham card. Against the Phoenix decks, they can bolt it first and then put the Phoenix in the graveyard, or put the Phoenix in the graveyard, then bolt the Mistcaller. And Curse Catcher, I think, is finely positioned. Even against Amulet Titan, if they're at 6 mana, you can sacrifice Mistcaller in response to Summoner's Pact, and that will slow them down a lot. So they can't play Summoner's Pact that turn; they have to wait another turn. And Curse Catcher is still a fine card against Dredge and all the other decks. So not sure, but I think if I have Curse Catcher, maybe I don't want Spell Pierce. I'm not sure. I like the rest of the rest of the list. I'm pretty confident in that. Although, looking at all my matchups, I'm getting a little bit more interested. Maybe switching to Master of Waves for 2 Deprive in the sideboard. There's just a lot of matchups where I'm bringing Deprive in. I'm constantly bringing in Deprive. And, I mean, there's nothing wrong with main decking this card. There's nothing wrong with it. Although, the thing is, I am constantly up against... Sorry, I haven't seen Humans or Spirits. But against Humans and Spirits, which are constantly posting results, I want to be prepared against them. That's why I'm playing with Mistcaller. That's why I'm playing with Master of Waves. That's supposed to be a common deck. So where are they? Where are they?
Check behind the bit.
All right. So anyway, this is the list for this week. Let's get into round 1. So we lost the die roll, and we really don't have we have a risky hand because we only have 1 blue source. And P can help. We're going to be on the draw, so we're going to draw a card. We're going to draw a card off of Peak, and then we're going to draw a card for return. So our odds of finding that island are up there, like 75%, but it's not totally up there. But we do have, even if we don't do anything on turn 2, we might be able to catch up with Harbinger of the Tides on turn 3, and then play Master of Waves to stabilize. I'll keep this, but this is sort of a risky hand. This is a sort of hand where some percentage of the time we're going to do nothing. Oh, and our opponent goes island. Oh, well, forget everything I just said earlier. Fortunes have completely changed. I think I still start off with the island, though. If we draw another island, I'll play Lord of Atlantis. If we don't draw Lord of Atlantis, I can still peek.
Jose Tricks. As in Trickster. Way up against the mirror.
Maybe. Island pass. Oh, Blue-White Control. Boy, have I not seen you for a very long time.
It's a joke.
Control is... I don't know what happened to Control. Control is dead. So, yeah, play Mutavault, pass. I might even hold off on this peak until I know I can resolve. Because if I just play it right now, they might... Okay, so now I know it can resolve. So let's... I think I'll let them draw their card off of Opt and I'll peek them. They put a card on the bottom. Yeah, I don't want to do this at their draw step. If they play Mana Leak, I would not be happy about that. Yeah, exactly. And they have Mana Leak and Spell Snare and... Oh, holy moly! Got everything. So but they don't have land. That's the interesting thing. So, Terminus, Spell Snare, Path, Mana Leak, 2 Cryptics. Gotcha. So let's see if we can close the game out. Oh, that actually is going to help. Because that will not make it easy for them to play their Path Exiles. But, well, they got the Spell Snare and stuff. Alright, so we can start attacking them with Mutavaults. And I'll just play around top. Like, I don't want to get in that 1 extra damage. I'm just going to play around top deck. Terminuses, yeah. Path to Exile I'm fine with.
Just ramps.
Well, it doesn't really ramp because it exchanged 1 land for another land. Unfortunately, we're never going to have a good opportunity to play the Spreading Seas until they tap out, though. But that Path to Exile can't hit our Lord of Atlantis anymore. I really want to hit that Glacial Fortress. Okay, now it doesn't matter. Still 1 card that I don't know about in their hand. I'm going to keep the Vial on 2 for now. Alright, we can move the Vial up. Yeah, let's just keep applying pressure. So I can't play the Ether Vial yet because they have Mana Leak up. So we're just going to have to pass. We're not in the greatest spot because once they get like once they get their 4th land, do this Cryptic Command thing, that's not going to be pleasant.
Unless we get anyway, you don't have Deprive in the main, do you?
So that put it on the bottom or the top? 2nd from the top. So it's coming back.
Counterspell.
It's not bad. Again, I'll just hit for 5. We have lethal next turn because there's a Lord of Atlantis on top of our deck. So end of turn, we play Master of the Pearl Trident. We just have to hope our opponent doesn't have
anything good.
Draw land for Cryptic Command. That will make things difficult, needless to say. I sort of wish to get one more land. Special Vision has been cast. Okay, so we know about Manly, Cryptic, Spell Snare, Terminus. So there's only one card left in their hand. And if it's not removal, then we win. Actually, I didn't even need the Lord of Atlantis on top of my deck. We have lethal on the board.
What do you got?
Got something? Nothing? Alright, nothing. And that was a nice, easy win. Unfortunately, like, the control matchups are really good for us. They got a little screwed on mana. But the control matchups in general are really good for us. Control's not doing very well right now. I don't know why, but Control is on the downturn big time. Big time downswing. That's unfortunate because those are good matchups for us. So we're going to bring in Venser, we're going to bring in all the Deprives, and we're also going to bring in the Tectonic Edge to keep their mana low, keep our Spell Pierces stronger, kill off Celestial Colonnade, maybe screw them off of the second white for Supreme Verdict or other cards. Choking the control player on mana always helps. What do we want to take out? I take out at least one island. Sorry, no, not an island, the Oboro, because this thing can get hit by Field of Ruin. The islands cannot, and the islands... We want to have as many islands in our deck to find for Path to Exiles and Settle the Wreckages. Mistcaller's no good because it's just a small body and doesn't interact with our opponent. Master Waves is fine. Harbinger is not good. Phantasmal Image is good because it can copy Mutavault, it can copy Silver Adept, it can copy Master of Waves in a pinch. I need to take out one more card. What's the side? Okay, to the sideboard guide. It's probably it's a Phantasmal Image. The fourth Phantasmal Image. We don't need it. It's okay.
You can have more than 60 cards.
Now, Master of Waves we're keeping in just as this one big bomb. If both sides exhaust their resources, Master of Waves can like win the game. Also, if you like Violin Master of Waves, it's like really, really strong. My brother reminding me of the rules.
Yeah. You can have as much as you want, and you'll see it from me.
Yeah. My brother is going to get into Magic the Gathering Online. Sounds fine.
He kept, unfortunately.
Praying to the Lord of Atlantis for Mana Screw. That's a great draw. And we have, like, sort of flash speed interaction.
You should just peek just to get rid of it. You know what he plays with.
It's just important to know exactly what they play with. But at their draw step, I'll play it at their draw step, I guess. If they play Search for his Kanta, it's not like they're going to hold it back. Because I could try to represent a Spell Pierce, but they almost always, Blue Eye Control players, just jam their Search for his Kanta. Stony Silence, that's actually a good card against us. Baneslayer Angel, that's also a good card. But we have Merfolk Trickster for that, and Deprive. Cryptic, Opt, Stony Silence, Supreme Verdict.
No other land in that? That Spreading Seas could be brutal to him.
They have Glacial Fortress, Island, and an Opt, so
No, he did.
they'll find their way. It's fine, you can do that. Don't care. So they played the Glacial Fortress. They played the Stony Silence. Sorta just I want to hold this, but I guess not. Just put pressure on the battlefield. I guess just in case they show me something I don't want. Like it doesn't look like they have any counterspell for this turn, so. Okay, Island is gone. Because they could opt into some sort of counterspell if they wanted to. But just in case they, I don't know, play a Gideon of the Trials, I'll hold up Deprive. Alright, so now we're going to have an... Ooh. It's not bad at all.
I agree.
You would. Well, they have a Supreme Verdict in hand, so let's see if we can just slowly take them off of white mana. If they don't play another white mana source.
No counter. No counter. Come on.
We have Cryptic Command in hand, so...
No, I mean a counter for this right now.
Well, here's the interesting thing. Okay, so they have this op, so they either find a counter, or they find a land. Which one do they want? And I have some time to do this. I can't do anything about a Supreme Verdict if they play it. And Baneslayer Angel is still taking a turn to come by. Alright, pass the turn.
I got one white. What are you going to do with it?
Okay, there's Terminus. That's okay, it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Just getting rid of one. Well, maybe if you hit that other white, it's going to be pretty bad.
It is going to be bad.
Ooh, it's getting better.
It's just going to be really bad for them. Okay, so that just kills off like 2 cards in their hand.
This is just rolling out. It's good.
What's the worst thing that could happen? I mean, guess Jace the Mind Sculptor, but I can just kill it. I would like to get one more island. Oh no! Field of Ruin can eat the Mutavault. But you know what? Having double blue is going to be good in this spot. Because I really want to have Deprive up. Oh, that's frustrating.
It'll be back.
Okay.
And you get life.
Not for a while.
Hello again.
Hello, old friend.
You got double Deprive, you got Venser, you got...
The best thing would be play Master of Waves and hope that they don't have sufficient interaction for it. Like, they need a white source for it. So, I guess that's just what I'm going to do. Because this is really powerful. I have 2 Vensers, I have 2 Deprives. So the onus is on our opponent to find a white source. They find it. They have to blow up one of their lands, but they have found it. Unless they don't have another plains, but I doubt that's the case. So our Master Wave is going to die.
Well, maybe.
Well, we couldn't protect it from Supreme Verdict anyway. I wonder if they're going to be a little cautious. You can take your time. What would be interesting is if they pass to play Cryptic Command, we can counter it, put an island back into our hand, replay it for the turn, and have 4 mana up for Venser if they try to play Supreme Verdict the following turn. That'd be hilarious. Oh, they might be debating, do I want to play Baneslayer Angel over Supreme Verdict? Alright, so this is going to work out great for us, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is... What's he going to do? He's got nothing. Sorry, Jose.
I think Jose should have just blown up one of their lands, got a plains. Even though you Stone Rain yourself, you have to Supreme Verdict this board.
You can bounce whatever
This is not an option.
I mean, you can bounce whatever you got, you know.
If they have, I know 3 of the 4 cards in their hand. If they play Snapcaster Mage, we can still deprive that.
All day.
All day long. Wow, what? What is this? Alright, I'm just going to pass then.
You know something you did?
I don't think so.
Double Deprive.
Double Deprive, double Venser.
Alright. Resignation in 5.
Oh, look at this. Oh, no, I thought they were going to bounce I thought they were going to bounce Master of Waves back to hand. I guess we're going to let that happen.
Why? Just, don't let it happen, and you can't do anything else. He's all tapped out.
Because I can't play Deprive and then replay the land for the turn. So I guess, yeah, that's going to happen.
What?
So the only thing I'm worried about now is, oh, nothing, because Spell Snare can't target Fencer. I mean, Path to Exile might be a thing. Oh, no, Path to Exile is still a thing, because they can still play Supreme Verdict and then use their Ghost Quarter to find another planes. Actually, they can play... Yeah, they need to pay white, white, blue, blue for Supreme Verdict. This is interesting. So, I can't... I actually don't have lethal here. And I also don't know what else is in their hand.
But you can't use the mid-vault?
I can... no, thank you. We're going to be aggressive. We'll still be aggressive. Still Baneslayer and Supreme Verdict. I can't depend on this Mutavault, though, to win the game.
No, he's mad.
I hope.
No. What are you doing? You can't.
You can't. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. It's on the board. Well, okay. I could, in theory, Venser the Stony Silence back to hand. Okay, now this Mutavault's useless. So what do? I have to try to win the game with a Venser? Is that the situation?
Well, he hasn't resigned yet.
Because they easily can deal with my Mutavault. It has been dealt with. There's the verdict. They're at 1 life, which means the wind just touches you. It's all over. More of these damn things. Okay, I'll just play Master of the Pearl Trident. If they play Baneslayer Angel, I guess we're just going to try to Venser it back to hand. I should probably also play this Ether Vial anyway, even though the Stony Silence is on the board. Because, like I said, if I want to Venser this Stony Silence and Violence something at end of turn, it's still a play. Okay, here's Baneslayer.
Gonna go bye-bye.
So we gotta hope our opponent does not have just Path to Exile or Oust. Or is Oust a sorcery? It is. Okay, so just Path to Exile. Yeah, we'll just do this.
What do you got?
Now, if there's Path to Exile, I don't get blown out or anything like that. And we win the match. Yeah, nice clean win against Bloy Control. They stumbled for 1 turn. We took massive advantage of it. Peak helped a lot. I mean, knowing our opponent's hand, we did the best that we could. Because we had almost perfect information the entire game. There was just more or less one unknown card for a lot of that game, but because we had basically perfect information and a ton of honestly, we also had a lot of interaction. We had it all. We had the Venser, we had the but well, knowing what they had in their hand, knowing that they had they didn't have any more land for Supreme Verdict, we took advantage of a situation where we double spreading seized their white sources, put a Master of Waves in play, and then leaned on that as hard as we could until victory. So like, yeah, this was a matchup for Peak. But the problem is with Peak is that it's running out of matchups that it's good against. Like Blue Eye Control, just not very popular. I know I played against it in this one round, but Blue Eye Control's results are not very good. I have not. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've seen Blue Eye Control. I did play against it once in Portland, but yeah, like, but I'm not seeing it as frequently as I saw in the summer. So like. Good. Merfolk's the one controlling Blue Eye Control. This is where Merfolk is a control deck. Merfolk controls Blue-White Control. Just a steady, very patient with our creatures, very patient with our interaction. And yeah, I love Peak in these situations. You just play so perfectly around everything. Fortunately, we didn't get hosed by Stony Silence. I do lose some number of games. If you have like a one lander with Vile and they played Stony Silence, you know, I feel for you. There's just nothing you can do about that, and it happens. It just happens, and it's generally how I lose like a lot of these Blue Eye Control matchups. So with that, don't forget that this week's giveaway is signed Altered Mist Caller. If you want to be eligible for this giveaway, go check out the description below. And we're going to thank all my patrons supporting me on Patreon. We're also going to thank themanabase.com for being our sponsor. This has been Nikachu with his brother playing Merfolk in Modern.